Hello, thank you for tuning in to this section of weekly reads. I'm also doing in-person reads in Herkimer, New York. The information should be below. If not, email me and I'll give you the details if you're near Herkimer, New York. This should be on the YouTube channel, James13 Wicca. Every now and then we get some weird people pulling funny little stunts, so I'm going to make sure that that's there. I'm going to put the decks below, and beyond that, let's go ahead and get into your read. If you want a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again, and again, like I said, on to your reading. Hello, Taurus. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Taurus? Ooh, okay, wait. Let's get them all down first before we get excited, right? There's a lot going on around here. Something. Do I like this or not like this? Do I like this or not like this? I don't know just yet. You have some good cards, real good cards, starting right off especially, but cleansing waters coming up. Your original thought was correct. That's where I'm standing right now. Your original thought was correct. Because something is going the wrong direction, even though it feels right now. Isn't that fun? Isn't that great? Your original standpoint was correct. Your original impression was correct. And I feel like this reminds me of like when you have friends in common or sometimes work situations and somebody convinces you, I know you don't really care for this one, but like give this one a chance. Give this person a chance. Give this situation a chance. And against your better judgment, you do it, and at first it's like, well, maybe it's not that bad. Maybe I was wrong. You were not wrong. If we can connect to that energy correctly, because readings are for entertainment purposes only, but they're meant to be empowering, that's for sure. If we can correctly connect to this energy, you could reconnect to your original feeling, and that can get you out of this situation. That's the point. That's where we're trying to go with this. Honoring your original feeling, returning to your original feeling, because you were right. And for some reason, somebody might have convinced you to do something different. And it's kind of like, even though it's working out in the very beginning, I saw the Two of Cups. That was the first thing I saw. And I was like, oh, that's fun. And then I saw the Seven of Swords, and I'm like, that's not, that's the Thief card. If it was reversed, maybe. Or the reversed is sometimes people owning up to things. This is not what I'm getting here. I feel like there's going to be that little inkling for a lot of you, where you're like, it looks good, it seems good, it looks good on paper, but it doesn't feel right. Like something here just doesn't feel right. Can't put my finger on it, doesn't feel right. Maybe I'm still having that old opinion, maybe this, maybe that. I feel like even when it's good, you're like, this doesn't feel, like it feels a little off. It feels off. You were right. Your original standpoint was right. Right now, I feel like I'm trying to get along with everybody. That's why all this is happening. It's probably why you're a part of this, why you're even allowing this to happen. There's other people pushing, like, their influence on you, kind of like, come on, Taurus, be a part of the team. Other people who know what's really going on here, too, by the way. I don't like this. One of the reasons people might be trying to pull you together, especially if it's a person or a situation, is because they know it's kind of messed up. That's hidden back there. The Ten of Swords is devastation. They know it's not right. They know it's not. But they think you can fix it. That's not right. That's not fair. Because you have a way of handling things. You have a way of stabilizing things. You have a way of, showing up and demanding success and not giving up. They're expecting that you can make miracles happen here, is what I'm getting. So whether it's a person or situation, they're thinking your influence here will fix it. I really think that's what it is. And that's not fair. Your original impression was correct. And the reason you have that impression is because this is not something you have to be a part of. As you keep going forward, you are going to put some effort into it, is what I'm getting. For those of you this is going to hit with, you're going to put some effort into it. Because you're going to try to make sure. I don't want to be that one. I don't want to not give it a chance. I got to get in there and make sure I know what I'm looking at. I got to make sure that this makes sense what I'm thinking. But you're going to find out fairly quickly, is what I'm getting, that your original feeling was correct. Your original feeling was correct. And when you see that, you're not going to like it. Now, there seems to be a split in the road at this point. If this is hitting, this is hitting. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. But watching this reading doesn't make it happen. It's just trying to help you, if this does happen, get out of it. Because it seems to go two different ways. It's either going to be, I'll just do what I need to do by myself. I'll keep my own ship afloat. I'll keep my own boat afloat, if you will. And like whatever else is going on here, I'll just deal with it where I have to. I'll just deal with it when necessary. And I'll just keep making sure that my boat is okay. It's one way to handle it. You don't have to do it that way, is what I'm getting. Say no. Demand the change. It may be a very tight passage with this desert passage. Does it say narrow passage? I keep getting it's like a tight passage because it looks tight to me, but I'm looking like I'm squeezing through here. But you're Taurus, you'll make it through. Tell whatever this is, I don't want this. This is not what I wanted. This has to change. I'm not going to be a part of this. You do have the strength to do this. Go back to your original thought. Nope, I'm not going to do this. This isn't going to be my thing. I'm not going to pick up all the pieces for you. I'm not going to fix this broken situation that is way beyond my capabilities. I'm not going to drill myself into the ground for this situation that's way far messed up than I'm responsible for. No. Out. You can't do that. It's a possibility. Other people are going to realize that you're making the best decision. It's going to be like either the long road or the easier road. I don't know. I feel it's going to be the long or short, but it's going to be probably the same intensity. I wanted to say the easier, but I'm like, I don't know about that. Sooner or later, this situation will move on, because if you do things on your own and you're not participating with it because you're like, nope, that's just way beyond, I can't do anything for that, it's going to be noticeable. I don't feel like that goes to your credit, even though I just don't feel like that goes to your credit. It doesn't look good. It just doesn't look good. But if you stand up for yourself and you're like, no, I was right and I'm not going to do this, out. They may be a little bit cranky and have an issue with you at first, but overall, it's going to end up the same place. And overall, by you standing up and saying, I'm not doing this, it does give a more positive long-term viewpoint of you. Long-term. Short-term, they may be a little cranky-banky, whatever. Long-term. Long-term, you standing up for yourself goes more to your favor than you not. Because I'm getting it's going to move on. Whatever the situation is, I feel like it's either, let's deal with it now and clean it up and get rid of it, or let's wait till Taurus can't stand it anymore and like, all right, well, it wasn't going to work apparently, because if it could have worked, Taurus would have made it work. Shortening the stack there, shortening it up, makes it a lot easier. People are going to realize you made the right decision. It's more long-term, kind of like, yeah, we shouldn't have done that to Taurus. Yeah, even though we wanted Taurus to make miracles happen, walking on water wasn't going to happen this time. The Rejuvenating Rain and the Queen of Pentacles, people are going to understand that, like, once you'd made up your mind that this was not something you were going to waste your time on, there's good reason for that. You saw what you believed was there, you knew what was really there. It's just remembering that was your original thought, and not locking yourself into something because somebody else made you feel like you chose it or something. just because somebody else pushed this responsibility on you, you're like, I didn't want this. This is broken beyond repair. I can't fix this. You didn't tell me the correct information. And because you didn't tell me the correct information, I am not sticking with this. I am giving it up. Yours. I'm not accepting this as my responsibility. It's kind of like looking at a house and going, I thought it was you said you wanted me to fix the house. You didn't tell me the whole inside was burned. Everything has to be, it's like the whole house has to be completely taken down and completely rebuilt. I didn't show up to build a whole new house from scratch. You wanted me to do some repairs. What you told me needed to happen here is completely wrong. The whole inside is burned and damaged and not safe. It all has to be taken out. The structure isn't even safe. It all has to be taken down. You did not tell me correctly. If this happens this way, this does play out this way, they're also giving a secondary thing. Whoever this person is, you want to be more, I'm going to say reserved. The first word that came to mind was difficult. You want them to get the impression that they played this game with you once and that you're not really happy with them for that. And you're not about to forget that anytime soon. You don't have to be like really difficult, but it's kind of like you want to be more reserved. And I feel like, you just kind of want to be like, well, every now and then you try to get me into things that are not right. So I'm just going to triple check anything you want me to be a part of. You want them to get that impression. You want them to know, because I feel like it'll make your life easier down the road. It's odd that I'm saying that. I'm going to just kind of... because I feel like they're going to try to actually give you better things to try to win you over. So it's kind of like, we give them kind of a shit roll. We need to kind of make up for it. When you're more reserved and you're holding back, I feel like they're going to try to be more accommodating to you. It's easier to give in to them, but you don't have to be. This is the natural energy of it. Am I missing something? Because I feel like they're going to want you to just kind of let it go and be like, oh, it's fine. It wasn't that big a deal. It was. You want them to get the impression like, you shouldn't have asked me to do that. That was unfair. My first impression was that's not going to work. And then you tried to convince me and I got sucked into it. And I was right. It didn't work. Don't bring me that stuff again. If I tell you something isn't going to work, don't try to, schmooze me into it. That's a secondary thing. Take that with a grain of salt. Readings are for entertainment purposes only. You know how that goes. But I'm getting kind of like, you kind of want to make that impression. Like, don't do that to me. Don't think you could just do that and we're going to forget that you did that. For some reason, especially if this is like a boss thing or something, you want them to feel that it's more difficult to approach you after this. For them making a misstep, you want them to feel like it's more difficult for them to approach you. And that because you are very valued in this situation. And I feel like that, again, they're going to try to push things your way to make kind of smooth it over. Oh, Taurus is still unhappy with me. Give them some extra. Give them some extra stuff that they want. Give them some extra stuff that they want. Why not? Why not, Are we good? All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email. jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.